movies are in the Oscars race, but in the Best Pictures category, it's Tanvi the Great and Kantara Chapter 1 that has entered the race. Anupam Kher's deeply human story, Tanvi the Great standing tall on the global stage. Next, from the streets of Tehran, the bold and unique ways of protest of the Iranian women is going viral, from the bloodied lips of an elderly woman and also the lighting up of the poster by cigarettes, the poster of Khamenei. That's all going viral, viewers. Also on the show, we get you how the after the Kolhapuri fad, it's masala chai now that is being turned into luxury by Prada. Yes, the international fashion giant has bottled India's favorite brew, priced at, we'll tell you what. We also have this and a lot more packed up for you. The latest also coming in from the southern film industry as there's fresh setback for Vijay's Jananayaga. Let's get started with Trending Tonight with me, Rakshita. Two Indian films have officially entered the Best Picture eligibility list for the 2026 Academy Awards. It's a proud moment for Anupam Kher's Tanvi the Great and Rishabh Shetty's Kantara Chapter 1, making it to the global race. While Kantara continues India's cultural storytelling on the world stage, it is Tanvi the Great that stands out for its deeply human narrative. Directed by Anupam Kher, the film follows Tanvi Raina, a young girl with autism who dares to dream of joining the Indian Army, inspired by her late father. It's a story of courage over constraints, emotions over spectacle, and dreams that refuse to be defined by labels. Backed by a strong ensemble cast, Tanvi the Great brings inclusion, resilience, and hope to the Oscar conversation. So from India to Hollywood, two stories, two voices, and one big moment for Indian cinema. 4 movies in total. And of course, this is the Best Pictures category. And we have none other than Anupam Kher, who is the director of this movie, who is joining us on Trending Tonight. Thank you so much, Mr. Kher, and many congratulations with Tanvi the Great reaching new heights. If you could just tell us what your vision was for this movie, because this is a very, very, touching film that has also been now shortlisted for the Best Pictures category.
Thank you for those kind words that you used before in the introduction of this film. I'm in a shooting, so that's why there's a get-up, etc. But I am... Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, sir, please go ahead. Can you hear us, sir? I think there is some problem.
Can you hear
with
me?
the connection. Yes, sir, please go ahead.
Yeah, so when I started Tanvi about 4 years back, it came from a personal experience of my niece, whose name is Tanvi. That's why the film's name was Tanvi the Great, who is autistic. She was 13 years old at that time. And one day I asked her, what are you looking at a family function? And she said that I am looking at my thoughts are, what is my world like? And that gave me an amazing feeling of what is an autistic child thinking about. And that's how the seed of the story came in. But I wanted autism to be represented as a superpower and not as some kind of illness or some kind of mentally challenged situation. And we worked about for 3 years on the story, and it's about an autistic 22-year-old girl who wants to fulfill her father's dream by putting the Indian flag on the top of hills where the army is all there.
Right, sir. And, it has completed its 100 years as well. and you get this news on this very, very special day, isn't it? And you also, wrote on
Yes,
social
yes.
media that, proud of the films that make big money. But, this one, how it has been very, very special that you've applied optimistic philosophy to your life and profession, sir. So this actually, you can draw parallel to there are blockbusters, of course, like Kantara and others that have been, super duper hits and, they are crowd pullers. But a simple and a very different story like that of Tanvi, when that gets this sort of a recognition, sir, what do you think as an industry veteran, what does it really, imply for the, for the filmmakers who are upcoming?
You see, when I was a small kid, my grandfather used to say that if you're honest and work hard, you will always win. And that philosophy I have never changed. It's unfortunate that the measure of a film today is only by the success, the amount of money that it earns. Of course, that's important because earning money is good so that we can make more films. But we have forgotten that there were some great films made, and we remember them by the greatness of the film, not how much money. If I ask you today, which are your 5 favorite films, I'm sure you will not name the films that made so much money. You will name the films which affected your heart and which touched you. So Tanvi the Great is a film from the heart for the heart of the people. That's why it's ultimately reached out to a situation where it is shortlisted. I have been part of one of the 4 of the 5 big blockbusters in the past. But Tanvi the Great, whosoever I have seen in the last 41 years that I have been in movies, I have never got such kind of response by people, by the audiences, as I'm getting for Tanvi the Great. Because it straight away makes, it's about compassion, it's about hope, it's about resilience, it's about never giving up. And that's what people relate to. The superhero is a person who believes in goodness. We've forgotten what goodness is all about today. So Tanvi endorses goodness in the world, and it says that what is important is goodness. And that's why in the last post that I posted just now about being shortlisted, I said, look, shortlisted, there are various processes. Shortlisted, then nominated, and then winning. But millions of people are working behind so many films. Yes. More than 10,000 films are submitted in the Oscar race. And 200 are chosen as a shortlist. It's a great feeling. Yes. It's an amazing feeling. I used to tell my whole team that, and 100 days also, I don't give up. Especially when I know I have done something nice, I don't give up on that. I take it to this thing. And for me, it's very humbling feeling. For me, and the film and the tag that it is given, Indian film.
Yes, sir.
That makes it
has
doubly,
themes of patriotism as well.
Exactly. The girl has to go to Siachen. The army is part of it. And the first film, this is the first Indian film which is made in peacetime in India.
Yes, right, sir. That's wonderful to know, and that it makes us all very, very proud, and we are very proud of you, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. K. I know you're in the middle of a shoot, so we will let you go. And many thanks, and really, really all the best to you and your team for the Oscars race.
Thank you. Thank you so much. God bless. Thank you.
All right, viewers, now shifting focus to the other trending stories. Iran is on the edge, and the women of Iran, long suppressed under the regime, have now taken to the streets. And how? They've taken to the streets and social media in bold and unique ways. Defiance is at its peak in their demonstration, and strength is inspirational of their determination. Watch these images closely. Blood on the lips, protesting on the streets, saying, "I'm not afraid. I've been dead for 47 years. This is an elderly woman's emotional outburst during the nighttime protest in Tehran that has gone viral, becoming the raw face of Iran's growing unrest. Activist Masih Ali-Nejad captured decades of anger, exhaustion, and loss under the Islamist regime. Blood on her face, visible defiance in her voice, and nothing left to lose. And as protests enter the second week, driven by economic hardship and repression, the woman's cry has turned into a symbol of a generation that says fear died long ago. From the streets to social media, Iran is rising, and this time, even age is no barrier to the resistance, viewers. This has gone on for decades, and they are saying, down with the dictator. And we'll now cut to the other visuals, the pictures that are doing the rounds. Now, Iranian women are lighting cigarettes using photographs of the Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, a striking image that's now spreading rapidly across social media. In Iran, this is far more than a provocation. Burning the leader's image is a serious criminal offense. And women smoking in public is tightly restricted under social and religious rules. And by deliberately combining both the acts, these women are crossing the two red lines by the regime, that at once rejecting the authority of the regime and pushing back against the state control over women's everyday lives. We all know how women have been murdered for not wearing hijab, and that has also stoked many protests for years. Now, this move has emerged amid nationwide protests driven by a deep economic crisis with soaring inflation and a collapsing currency and rising food prices, fueling public anger. And this form of resistance, ladies and gentlemen, is only strategic. And now let's get you what Ayatollah Khamenei had said today. In fact, let me just tell you in as many words. He broke his silence as protests continued. He took aim at Trump, saying that some rioters are only trying to please Donald Trump and that Donald Trump should mind his own business. He should be taking care of the issues in his own country. And also, in a jibe, he said that he will overthrow Trump.
برای که دل رئیس جمهور آمریکا خوش بیاد. چون او
All right, viewers, now we take a look at the trends that are running, steaming hot on the social media today. Days after the viral concert moment, Tara Sutari and Veer Pahari are back in the limelight, but this time it's over breakup rumors. Now, according to reports, the couple has quietly ended their relationship, while the exact reason behind the alleged breakup remains unclear. The timing has raised eyebrows, especially given how Tara had found herself at the center of online scrutiny following her on-stage interaction with AP Dillon and the reaction of Veer Pahari that went viral thereafter. And now here's something for both the believers and the science nerds. The latest captures by NASA's Hubble Space Telescope is going viral as they resemble Lord Shiva's Damru. Now, the cosmic formation highlights the beauty of the universe where astronomy and faith meet unexpectedly, leaving people amazed by the similarity and the wonder of space itself. While many were amazed, others also criticized, calling it a vague theory. After entertaining audiences on television for a decade, the beloved show Bhabiji Ghar Par Hai is now headed to the big screen. Film adaptation titled Bhabiji Ghar Par Hai Fun on the Run has already hit the theatres, and in January it achieved a milestone by completing 2,500 episodes on small screen. Now, a little emergency among the stars as NASA announced that 4 of its astronauts will return to Earth more than a month earlier than scheduled due to a medical issue. Further details were not revealed due to medical privacy, marking the first medical evacuation in International Space Station's 25-year history. Overall, the situation is told to be stable by the officials. Now, after a lot of hassle, finally some news coming in for Vijay's Jananayagan as Madras High Court directs the censor board to issue a UNA 16+ certification for the films. But yes, there has been a postponement in its release. Justice P.T. Asher gave the orders, but fans got into a mad frenzy moment celebrating the much-awaited verdict on the certification. However, there is a delay as far as the movie is concerned, and there is, of course, this is a fresh setback that has come in for actor Vijay. Madras High Court has said that, in fact, this movie cannot be released until 21st of January. Prabhas fans shock social media with videos showing stuffed crocodiles being carried into theatres to celebrate the Raja Saab. But excitement quickly turned to skepticism as viewers spotted glitches, missing limbs and visual inconsistencies, raising questions if the viral clips are AI generated or not. Did fans actually bring crocodiles to theatres is still under speculation. Telugu actor Sri Leela found herself at the center of online backlash after a promotional event for Parashakti went awkwardly wrong. Now, in a viral clip, the actor mistakenly referred to an arts college as a medical college while addressing the students, triggering memes and criticism across social media, despite the moment being light-hearted. Yet another proud moment in the making for the nation as India marks its foremost trials for the first hydrogen-powered train, marking a major step towards clean and sustainable transport. Developed under Indian Railways Green Mobility Push, the train uses hydrogen fuel cells, produces zero emissions and reduces dependence on diesel. But this milestone places India among a small group of countries adopting hydrogen technology in railways. Priyanka Chopra marked yet another milestone globally with the 2026 Golden Globes to be a star-studded affair, with Priyanka Chopra Jonas joining global heavyweights like George Clooney, Julia Roberts and Miley Cyrus as presenters. The award ceremony will be held on the 11th of January at the Beverly Hilton, celebrating the best of film, television and music. News from the world of sports. PV Sindhu advanced to the semi-finals after Japan's Akane Yamaguchi retired due to injury, marking a strong start to her 2026 campaign. Coach Vimal Kumar called the run a major confidence boost, reiterating his belief that a disciplined approach could see Sindhu break back into world's top 10. Indian cricketer Jemima Rodriguez revisited a terrifying childhood memory that left her family shaken. At just 8 years old, she said that she collapsed during a church program, leading her cousin to believe that she had died. This incident is now recalled in humor, she said, but still sends shivers down her spine. Okay, now Bollywood scored an unexpected global crossover moment as Dhurandar's background score echoed through a National Basketball Association arena during halftime. The clip quickly went viral, thrilling Indian fans and showcasing Desi pop culture's growing footprint on international sports stages. Zendaya just added another milestone. A 10th wax statue has been unveiled at Madame Tussauds, New York. Inspired by her striking Dune Part 2 premiere look from 2024, the figure has fans talking, especially for one tiny detail, and that is the engagement ring. While Zendaya wasn't engaged at the time, the subtle nod to her relationship with Tom Holland has only fueled curiosity and chatter online. Crunchyroll has roped in Indian star Shubman Gill into a bid to tap into anime's rapid expanding fan base in India. The collaboration reflects how anime has moved beyond niche fandoms into mainstream youth culture, blending seamlessly with cricket, another passion-driven space. With anime now spilling into theatres, music and gaming, the partnership signals cultural crossover aimed squarely at India's young digital-first audience. All right, Prada is back again. Masala chai now bottled, branded and sold at luxury prices. The Italian luxury giant is back with another Indian rendition. Now, Prada has launched a new fragrance inspired by India's beloved chai ritual called Infusion de Santal Chai. But here's the twist, ladies and gentlemen. The chai does not come cheap. A 100 ml of bottle costs $190. That's roughly around 17,000 rupees for a whiff of masala chai, which leaves us wondering if it is really anybody's cup of tea or not. In fact, this is not the first time that Prada has tried this handout with Desi cultures. Not the first tryst with Desi culture. Remember the Kolhapuri chappals controversy we told you about. After backlash over look-alike sandals, Prada now ties up with the Indian artisans, turning criticism into collaboration. And this time, Prada is turning to India for inspiration, from Kolhapuri soles to chai-soaked scents. It's India being inspirational and clearly brewing strong. The big question, of course, is Prada celebrating India or simply cashing in on its charm with some gimmicks too? And that's it from our side on Trending. We'll be right back with the Super Prime Time debate with Arnab Goswami. Thanks for watching.
CM Fadnavis accused you and Uddhav Thackeray of moral responsibility of Mete Reverse
He
Camp.
should be speaking on a comedy show. I don't think anybody takes such allegation on the CM seriously.
Is it justified to beat people in the name of Maratha pride? Is it justified? Do you support? Do you support? I am just asking question. So is it justified to beat people?
This is Republic. I know
Aditya, is it justified to beat people? It's a people's question, not Republic question.
Don't barge. There's a private conversation.
I'm just asking.
There's a private conversation.
You are responding as per your priority.
Respond as per my priority. Now behave a little dignified and let two people have a conversation.
Just, I think.
What behavior is this? What
I think-
criminal behavior is this?
I think you have no answer on this. Do you?
I know Arnab is a BJP person. Now calm down.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
In the global employability rankings by Times Higher Education UK, only the following 6 institutions from India are ranked amongst the top 230 in the world for having the most employable graduates. IIT Delhi, IISc Bangalore, IIT Bombay, IIM Ahmedabad, IIT Kharagpur and Amity University.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ,
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
The icy cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean are getting hot, and how? The United States, in an overnight operation, has seized 2 oil tankers, one in the North Atlantic near Iceland, the other one near the Caribbean Sea. The one caught or seized near Iceland is Russia flagged, and the one that's caught near the Caribbean Sea was apparently a shadow tanker, a dark tanker carrying Venezuelan oil to China. Now, both the tankers were carrying Venezuelan oil, which is sanctioned by the United States. There is an embargo. It's interesting and a little curious how the 2 tankers could leave such heavily guarded waters, which are guarded both by the US Coast Guard and the US Navy, and reach this far. In fact, in the case of the merchant vessel Marinera, which is Russia flagged and was caught near Iceland by the US Navy with help from the United Kingdom Navy, the US Navy was on the chase, hot on the chase of this vessel for about 2 weeks, which shows that it was completely tracked, and both the sides were aware, because even in the case of the Russians, a submarine was closely following or shadowing this tanker which was carrying oil for Russia. Now, it's interesting why Russia, which itself has so much of energy, needs this oil from Venezuela, and that's where the whole geopolitics comes into play. Because remember, post the capture, abduction, kidnapping of Nicolas Maduro, the president of Venezuela, by the United States, the US has been building, President Trump himself leading from the front, a scenario where they want to really grab Greenland from Denmark. And so they really want to show that the security of North Atlantic is compromised and they need to be there, and that's why they need Greenland. So maybe it's because of that, we don't know. But taken together, It's clear that in the case of merchant vessel Marinera and the merchant vessel Sophia, which was caught, a dark fleet caught from near Caribbean Sea, which was taking the oil to China, United States has made it amply clear, taken together all these actions, that when it comes to its neighborhood, the Western Hemisphere, the so-called Monroe or the latest Donroe doctrine, they are the boss, they are the mafioso. Because the first reaction that has come from Russia says that this is absolutely in breach of international marine law. Now, United States does not subscribe to it. There is something called UN clause, United Nations Convention on the Law of the Seas. The US is not a signatory to it, and that's why they sort of, wherever their navy operates, they behave as if they are a law.
Co-powered by Century Ply Club Prime. Raho befikar.
अरे टेंशन किस बात की? सेंचुरी प्रोवुड का प्रीमियम प्लस है ना, लो एमिशन है, हाई डेंसिटी है, वाटर रेजिस्टेंट भी, टर्माइट एंड बोरो रेजिस्टेंट भी है। यानी ये है जहां नो टेंशन वहां।
प्रीमियम प्लस बाय सेंचुरी प्रोवुड।
अब छोलिया हो या लोबिया, सफेद चने या काले चने,
सब कुछ मजेदार बने।
मुस्कुराए लड़खड़ाए जिंदगी, चाहे जो भी हो।
सर, पेशेंट के लिए कौन सा रूम प्रेफर करेंगे आप?
जिंदगी भर के प्यार का कोई रेट कार्ड नहीं होता। टाटा AIG हेल्थ इंश्योरेंस, विद यू लाइक फैमिली, विद यू ऑलवेज।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
प्लीज स्टॉप।
झुमका, तेरा झुमका, तेरा झुमका।
नॉट देयर, मेरा काउंटर टॉप टूट जाएगा।
तेरा झुमका।
मेरी चिमनी टूट जाएगी। What are you doing?
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
MDH की देगी मिर्च,
देगी मिर्च का तड़का, अंग अंग फड़का।
MDH की देगी मिर्च।
You're playing safe, Blue Machines. I've never played safe all my life. I don't think on issues concerning the country you are allowed to say it depends. You are not allowed, Blue Machine, to say it depends. Take a side. Answer like an individual with a conscience, not like a pre-programmed software. The nation wants to know what side you're on.
In association with Blue Machines.
The icy cold waters of the Atlantic Ocean are getting hot, and how? The United States, in an overnight operation, has seized 2 oil tankers, one in the North Atlantic near Iceland, the other one near the Caribbean Sea. The one caught or seized near Iceland is Russia flagged, and the one that's caught near the Caribbean Sea was apparently a shadow tanker, a dark tanker carrying Venezuelan oil to China. Now, both the tankers were carrying Venezuelan oil, which is sanctioned by the United States. There is an embargo. It's interesting and little.
She marched in Kolkata and fielded her parliamentarians in Delhi. She blocked an active ED raid, but she didn't answer one question. What was in the green file? Arnab debates at 8 p.m.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for Arnab Goswami on the debate. Arnab Goswami on the debate.
On the show tonight, what was in the green files and why I believe both the Trinamool is of course under question, but there are a few things the BJP also has to answer. At 9 p.m. tonight, we have confirmation from Trump's right-hand man, his Commerce Secretary, that India did not budge, that Modi did not make that call to Trump that the Americans so desperately wanted. And ladies and gentlemen, Mamata Banerjee has reduced politics to a farce. She has destroyed any form of governance. She has destroyed Bengal. Let me say, nobody has done such disservice to the people of Bengal as Mamata Banerjee. She's almost been Chief Minister now for 14 years, and look at the condition of Bengal. At some time, people thought that governance could not be worse than in the left years in terms of lack of development, lack of strong impetus to infrastructure, employment and employability. But Mamata Banerjee has brought it to levels that are absolutely shameful. Regardless of that, she is just the master of event management. Yesterday, she did this drama at the Godrej Waterside office of the IPAC, where she went to seize a green file and lots of other files. And she went with an army of the Kolkata police and the Bengal police. She took the DGP and the commissioner, and she strong-armed her way to take out what could have been crucial evidence for the Enforcement Directorate. However, I would like to say once again that the Enforcement Directorate should not have allowed her to exit the building. If she wanted to go out with evidence, it is wrong for the Enforcement Directorate and wrong for any central investigating agency to allow someone, even if the person is a chief minister, to walk out with evidence. She walked out with evidence. She set a precedent where an individual can strong-arm his or her way around an investigating agency. Now, industrialists will ask tomorrow. Others will ask that if they are being raided, what if they strong-arm their way out of evidence? What if they seize laptops? What if they protect the people who are under investigation by seizing their laptops and mobile phones, removing traces of any form of digital evidence? What if, ladies and gentlemen, the nation wants to know? That's the first point. Then she's made it worse today by going and doing sort of a cinema-style walk through Kolkata. She thinks now that this is the way she will project herself as a leader, stand there with a few local celebrities, walk, get 500 people to hold 500 Trinamool Congress flags, and get a few drone shots taken and make that a show of strength. No, Mamata Banerjee, that is not a show of your strength. That is a reflection of your growing weakness and your political cowardice, that you cannot actually answer the question of what was in that file. You claim that there were political tactics, that there were details of your social media strategy which was in the files. Let me tell you, nobody believes that. You can do any Bollywood, Tollywood type march anymore. This has absolutely no impact. It is not convincing. Now, a couple of points I want to say to the BJP, to the Enforcement Directorate, but more than that to the central government, because after all, they are the ones doing this investigation. The question I have for the central government is this. The BJP has forever, for a very long time, put Mamata Banerjee under the scanner, but what has it actually done? It's all right to begin an investigation with hype, but when you have investigations which go on for years and years and years and years and years, and you don't do anything about it, you don't go after the real conspirators, you don't go after the politicians under whose watch all of this has happened, then somewhere the credibility of the agencies and of the central government will go down. Ladies and gentlemen, the fact of the matter is that in the Narada Sting case, the CBI took action in 17th May 2021, right? Mamta did a dharna for 6 hours outside the CBI office, but what has actually come out of it? In the coal scam case, the CBI did its investigation again around this period of August, September 2021. This is 2026. Abhishek Banerjee, Mamta's nephew, was interrogated for 9 hours. What actually happened? Someone's going to ask the BJP this one day. What actually happened? In the school Bharti Ghotala, at that point of time, ladies and gentlemen, Partha Chatterjee was arrested. Where is he today? Is he not out? In the cattle smuggling case, 2022, Anubrata Mandal was arrested. Pressure was put. What happened after that? Is he not out? Viewers, in the ration case, in the ration scam, Jyotipriya Malik was interrogated for 20 hours. Where does that case stand now? What charges have ever been put directly against Mamta Banerjee? What conclusion has there been of any case against Abhishek Banerjee? Which is why a section now says that while all of this is good, it's good optics for both sides. People say there's some arrangement behind them. There's a live and let live approach, that you stay in governance for a long time and then you'll build the heat before an election. Just before an election, you'll begin to build the heat and have two adversarial sides. It's all very convenient. What the BJP and the central agencies need to tell us is this a 5-yearly wake-up call that they have every time an election is happening? I am not saying that Mamta Banerjee has not done anything. I am the most anti-Mamta in my views among perhaps all editors in the country, because I began by saying this track record of governance is beyond forgiveness. It is unforgivable what she's done to Bengal. But the BJP and the central agencies should realize that if they only wake up once in a while and then they go off to sleep for 4 to 5 years or 4 years and 11 months, nobody is going to take them seriously either. That is the point we need to look at. Frankly, I believe no one. I certainly don't trust Mamta Banerjee. But the agencies also have a lot to answer for. Let's debate.
This was Mamata Banerjee on Thursday. The Bengal Chief Minister walked straight into an active raid site.
আপনি ভালো বলতে পারবেন, বিজেপিকে জিজ্ঞেস করুন। দাঁড়ান, কয়লার টাকা অমিত শাহ ব্যবহার করেছেন, রাজনাথ সিং ব্যবহার করেছেন, জগন্নাথ চট্টোপাধ্যায় ব্যবহার করেছেন, শুভেন্দু অধিকারী ব্যবহার করেছেন, এবং তাই আপনাকে বলছি যে আপনি ইডি তাদের রেড করুক, অমিত শাহকে রেড করুক, শুভেন্দুকে রেড করুক, জগন্নাথ চট্টোপাধ্যায়কে রেড করুক, রাজনাথকে রেড করুক। থ্যাংক ইউ সো মাচ। যতই বিজেপি করুন, হবে না কো জয়, দিনে দিনে হবে আপনাদের ক্ষয়। আর বাংলা দালাল।
At the next stop, Godrej Waterside, at the IPAC headquarters, stacks of documents were stolen. Her team walked out with documents, even as the raids were underway. And yet, no word on what was in those green files.
ममता जी, आपको घबराहट क्यों है? The BJP would like to ask Madam Mamta ji, what is your linkage with that consultancy firm?
Files stolen in Kolkata, and the Trinamool Congress moved the protest to Delhi.
ये मत करो, ये देखो क्या हो रहा है।
Republic asked Mamata Banerjee's parliamentarians what was in those green files.
You are still running away, sir. You are still running away from our questions, sir.
जर्नलिज्म करो तो अच्छे से करो बेटा.
Sir, we have a very generous question.
जवाब का फालतू क्वेश्चन का.
Sir, how is sir फालतू जवाब कैसे हो सकता है, sir? जब
जबान क्यों लड़ते हो? मेरा बेटा जबान नहीं लड़ा था, तुम जबान लड़ा रहे हो.
Is it justified to disturb an ongoing?
We are not speaking to our chief minister already told us what Republic is. Don't tell us about it.
In Kolkata, Mamata even tried to justify her barging into the raid.
আমি কাল যা করেছি অ্যাজ এ অল ইন্ডিয়া তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের চেয়ারম্যান করেছি এবং যা করেছি আমি কোনো অন্যায় করিনি। তুমি আমায় খুন করতে এসছো, আমার আত্মরক্ষা করার অধিকার আছে, চোরের মতো কেন এসছো?
She spoke about everything except what was in those green files. Enforcement Directorate's probe reveals that there is a 20 crore hawala angle that has emerged. That's the fresh evidence that they have been talking about, and it finds a mention in the petition that has been filed in the Calcutta High Court. In fact, the Enforcement Directorate says that hawala transaction took place not just domestically but also internationally. But as far as this money goes, 20 crore in cash, the money was transferred from Kolkata to Goa and it was received by IPAC and it was used for campaigning purposes in the state of Goa. The Enforcement Directorate went to court, but the hearing was adjourned owing to commotion. Even an email sent for an urgent hearing went unanswered. The agency had 5 queries that simply asked whether an unconstitutional action of stopping an active raid makes Mamata and team liable for prosecution. In that case, does it not merit an independent investigation?
Very important to return the green file and return about 3,000 pages she took away, and I think she should also return the laptop of the IPAC guy, what's his name, Pratik Jain. She should also return the mobile phone of Pratik Jain. I don't know why she wants someone else's mobile phone. Ishkaran, why does Mamata Banerjee want to keep the IPAC co-founder's mobile phone and laptop with her?
Arnab, when a raid is going on, all these are crucial evidences. I do not know of any other case in which a person, be it a chief minister, can barge into an ongoing raid, walk away with electronic evidences which have all sorts of record, and I do not know what will happen to them now. Will they be acid washed? Will they be destroyed? Whatever will happen to them, nobody knows now. And then walk away with files, and a green file, or be it any color file, and volumes of bundles which you have shown have come out of it. There are 2 simple questions there. Do we have 2 separate laws in this nation? Let's imagine ED raid was wrong. Let's imagine ED had no cause to raid it. Let's imagine there were certain documents which would not have been part of the investigation. What's the procedure? If a CA's office is raided and there are 20 other companies' documents found there, they move an application, and by that application they get the documents released. What is this new strategy where you will decide whether ED raid is proper or not proper? You decide ED raid is not proper, it's for extraneous purposes. Then without going to court, without getting it quashed, without seeking any relief from court, you will barge in and barge out with those documents. Prima facie, that leads to destruction of evidence, tampering with investigation, destruction of intimidation of witnesses, intimidation of investigating officers, etc., etc. But we have seemed to have taken it as just a normal political thing. It cannot be more serious where an investigative agency is interrupted in this manner and we are discussing politics of it. Because tomorrow, a common man may well ask, if I think that the local police is not acting properly or CBI is not acting properly, can I do this? Can I walk away with evidence, files, computers, laptops, phones? We don't even know what all has been walked away with.
If you believe you can do every illegality. You see,
These are the fundamental questions.
I'll get responses from the other side, then get Shazia in, all right? So I'll give a short time to everyone to respond. By the way, Kumar Saurabh Singh, where is Prashant Kishore hiding? It was a company he founded, right? I mean, he used to work there. I've met him there. That huge big office was started by him and he should take moral responsibility for it. I don't know where he is these days. Where is he, by the way? Some saying cozying up to the BJP now.
Narendra Modi took his
Where
help,
is
so
Prashant?
Narendra Modi takes
Any
responsibility as
comment
well.
from him on this? What happened in the office he started?
In
Jan
his
Suraj on
initial
screen,
days,
please. I'm
Arnab,
mentioning
Narendra Modi took help from
Kumar
Prashant Kishore
Saurabh
on
Singh
iPad.
by name, Aditi. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Arnab, his party's spokesperson, national spokesperson is here. Kumar Saurabh Singh is here to respond. Why are you asking where is Prashant Kishore? Should he be responding to your questions on your news channel right now? What
No,
are
so
the allegations?
yes, I think he should, because
And
I'll tell you why.
why
One
is
sec.
he
I
not,
think he should.
issuing a summon?
Kumar,
If you're saying
I'll tell you why.
Prashant Kishore has any
Because the
involvement,
question will
then
be,
ED should,
what I would
issue
want to
a
know
summon
from Prashant
and
Kishore,
ask
since
where-
he's not
where
here, I'll
is
ask
Prashant
you.
Kishore?
I want to know whether IPAC is running in the same way that it ran when Prashant Kishore ran it, as in the allegations being put here by ED sources, is that Hawala money of 20 crores were allegedly worked through Prashant Kishore's IPAC. I'm saying Prashant Kishore because he founded it, right? So, is it still running in the same way? Were there any cash transactions in the period, 1 minute, in the period that Prashant ran it operationally? Or has this habit started after Prashant has ended? After all, this guy is Prashant's protege, right? Pratik Jain, I'm sure you won't deny that. Therefore, does Pratik Jain know? Prashant know what Pratik Jain is doing? Alternatively, another question would be, does Prashant approve of what Pratik Jain is doing? Does Prashant approve of the way IPAC is running right now? Good question, right? Saurabh, answer that and then I'll get Shazia in. Shazia.
Great question.
Thank
Arnab.
you.
Always
Thank
great. So let's get the facts right. Let's get the facts right first of all. Prashant Kishore has categorically announced, I think almost 5 years back, that he's getting out of this political consultancy business right after 2021.
Does political consultancy,
IPAC is run by
does political
Pratik Jain,
consultancy
Risiraj
include
and
cash
Dinesh
transactions? Okay, Shazia, a question being asked. It's only a question. Does political consultancy include cash transactions at the ground level? For example, some people say, I don't know if it's true, some people say that IPAC distributes money here, there to handle local level matters for Trinamool Congress.
Goswami.
Does it? I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. Shazia, what's an investigation here? Tell me one thing, Shazia. Is the BJP even serious about raids, or does this remember?
Can I respond?
I'm asking Shazia something. You want to respond?
So, well, you have a...
I'm
well, I
asking
would
you,
have liked to
Shazia.
talk about
Shazia, does the
the
BJP wake up every 5 years? What has the BJP done since 2021 actively against Mamta Banerjee or Abhishek Banerjee? Besides
Yes, I
arresting
would
their
like to
minions,
answer that, and I
there
just
was a
want to correct
period.
this,
There was a period, and MR Venkatesh is with us. He's also angry young man like me. MR, thank you for joining us. The fact of the matter is, MR, that I'm fed up with raids. I want action. I'm fed up with this scam, that scam, this scam, that scam, this scam, that scam. I want action.
I just want to tell you.
Shazia, is there going to be action or only raid?
Okay. So first of all, let me correct this notion that nothing has happened in either Narada or a coal scam. So what BJP has actually done is it's allowed independent functioning of ED and CBI. And the very fact that you're asking this question just shows that BJP has never used agencies for witch hunting or for any kind of political vendetta. The very fact
Can you
that
finish your templated reply, then I'll ask you a real question.
So that's the biggest, I think it's great that you're saying this, because it says a lot about BJP and how it allows agencies to work. So it did not withdraw or dilute any case despite political costs. And also I want to say that
Shazia, how will we become a Viksit Bharat? How will we become a Viksit Bharat if the agencies go slow for 4 years, 11 months? 1 minute.
Proceedings have been delayed due to legal interventions, but there have been...
I'm asking you.
What happened to the case against Himanto Biswa Sharma?
Anirban, I have not invited you yet.
What about those cases? There are ED and CBI cases against...
Audio is not clear on both sides. There should be 2 people on the screen. Audio should be clear.
Firhat Hakim was a TMC minister.
Again, Anirban is speaking, but you can't to Jan Suraj. I'm going to direct now. It was clear. The audio has to be raised.
Strategy, not telling you.
Don't say it was not clear.
So
by the CBI.
Fine. So what about the investigation
clear.
against Shubhendu Adhikari?
Why speaking
Wasn't it Shamik Bhattacharya himself who held a press conference and
It's not
called
her
out
line. I'm talking about
Shubhendu Adhikari?
Anirban, please.
on the panel.
Shazia, 1 minute. Shazia and Anirban, just give me a moment. Give me a moment.
You called Shubhendu Adhikari.
Anirban, wait a minute. Shazia, my question to you. Back to you now. Back to you now. Anirban, behave yourself. Shazia is coming to you. My question is to Shazia, and my question will be to it MRV on the other side now. We'll have to move very fast on this. Now listen here.
So I just told you about 4 ministers who have been actually
politician or not? Do you remember those times? It was barely 5 years back when both you and Shazia called out Shubhendu Adhikari as a corrupt politician. You can't even mention his name right now. Why?
You do yourself no favor, my dear friend. Be quiet for 1 minute.
Shazia, more question to you. I want to get MR in. I want to get MR in. Speak when you're spoken to right now. I mentioned MR and Shazia. So, Anirban, be quiet for a while. MR, video on, pictures on. We need the story in context of what happened yesterday. The question is, there are 2 dates I want to refer to tonight. And I wish I had the visuals. I wish I had the visuals of 6th September 2021. You go into archives and pull that out, ladies and gentlemen. I'll give a few dates out here because on 6th September 2021, Abhishek Banerjee was investigated for 9 hours, interrogated for 9 hours, MR. And after that, nothing happened. My problem is with the nothing happened approach. You and I, MR, have fought battles for corruption.
Exactly.
But if we get a feeling that just before an election or after election, around the election, when you want to put pressure, you pick up a case that's legit. It's a legit case. There is
This matter has been going on since 2021.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm asking you, Shazia. That is the point I'm asking you. I beg you to understand the point. You can't keep a case hanging for so long. You can't make people so angry about something wrong that's happened and then refuse to give them an answer for years after that. MR is on the debate. And it's not only Bengal, it's everywhere.
Arnab, first thing, the color of the fight is very instructive. It is green. It is not saffron, it is not yellow, it is not blue, it is not black, it is not white. It is green. Now coming to the point, it is not only Mamta. There are politicians across the Indian landscape.
Louder.
P. Chidambaram, Sonia Gandhi, Karunanidhi's family on 2G, CWG, you name every state, you have scam. And all these people come to us, mock at us, and tell us, you guys, in the run-up to 2014 elections, were crying horse. Now look at us, nothing has happened. In fact, several of us have got exonerated by the courts. And because of weak prosecution, and I will allege this much, that there is a general administrative government apathy in prosecuting these scamsters. Let us not mince words, Arnab. We will be very categorical that you want to play footsie when you want the political temperatures to be raised, and then you lower the
legislature. It is the judiciary, along with, of course, the police, which